much, Stephen. Moving on, we have our very esteemed speaker today. Without him, this event won't be possible. So maybe give a warm welcome to Mr. Samson Lee, the founder, the CEO of
非常感谢刚刚那个罗先生发言支持，我们以热烈的掌声欢迎高尔街集团 CS Pro 的创始人李尚信先生。我记得我们从2017年、18年就开始说 STO， 一直在说，终于看到今天我们第一家有 SFC 的1号牌的 STO 专门做 STO 的公司来启动，我也是非常兴奋。热烈欢迎李尚信先生 Sam Lee。
Hello, good afternoon, esteemed guests, dear old friends and new one. What a big day. Happy birthday, Stephen. I'm delighted to welcome all of you to the launch of the CS Pro, Hong Kong first security token issuing and offering distribution and investment platform. First, I would like to thank you to my good friends Tony and Joanne, because they're not ordinary MC. They are very good friends and they are leaders of the industry. And today they are 友情客串, really helping out. Really appreciate that. In addition, I'd like to thank you, everyone's hard work from the Con Street team for putting this event together in a really short time. And not just today. In the past 6 years, they have been working really hard, contribute a lot to drive our business forward under a very challenging environment and bring us to where we are today. So Con Street team, you deserve a big round of applause. Thank you, everyone. Special thanks to Mr. Chan, our chairman, and Stephen, who have been with me since the start of this journey, providing selfless support and encouragement, helping Con Street to build a solid foundation through every downturn of the industry and come out stronger. So, in addition, I would also like to thank my wife and my family who is here today. They have been supporting me a lot in the past 6 years. Vote of confidence, thank you, really appreciate it. From establishing the Ethereum community in Shenzhen in 2017 to helping Gibraltar Stock Exchange as the world's first regulated stock exchange, launching a regulated crypto exchange in 2018, to launching the TARTS Awards, the world's first international awards in tokenized asset and digitized securities right here in Hong Kong in year 2020, to launching the world's first tokenized pirate secured debt STO in the US in 2022, until now obtaining the first SFC license for providing specialized service in STO issuing, distribution, and investment in Hong Kong. We are very proud to operate in Hong Kong and very thankful to all the support for all the partners and friends. We were not able to do this without your support. Thank you. I'm very fortunate to have experienced the internet revolution back in the year 2000. In the early days of my career, when internet bubble burst, it took 7 years for NASDAQ to reach a new peak. And at the time, iPhone and smartphone created a tipping point and changed the world. And we call that iPhone moment. I'm sure you all agree that we are now at the start of a new cycle. With digital asset as the core of this cycle, I believe the iPhone moment of this cycle is the regulation. And regulation are here today. This is one of the things we are celebrating today. So if the cycle starts With the ICO bubble burst in 2017, using same logic of the internet cycle of the 7 years, so 7 plus 2017 is 2024, just around the corner. I'm sure you can see the perfect storm is here. Let's all buckle up and ride the paradigm shift together. Thank you. Non-securities, non-regulated into another brand, iShop, is also an incubator in Cyberport. Thank you for the support of Cyberport. And then we have been doing a lot of ecosystem development. TARTS Awards is what we have started with many other companies in Hong Kong back in year 2020, right at the COVID. Thank you for the support from Invest Hong Kong, Cyberport, Deloitte, and Microsoft, and IBM, and many companies. So we started, the full name is TADS, Tokenized Asset and Digitized Securities. It is the world's first international awards of its kind. At the time, we talked to Hong Kong government. We said this industry is going to tokenized asset, right? And we don't see any award. We want to do something that recognize a lot of the good players, their contribution and things like that. And we want to, we say Hong Kong, we cannot make Hollywood because we don't have, Hong Kong, we cannot make Oscar because we don't have a Hollywood. Okay. But we are international financial centers. If digital asset is going to be the future, we definitely have the foundation to make an international awards. And here we are the 4th years now, and thank you for the support of many of you on the floor. And this might be the question you all have in your mind, what are you doing, Sam? Type 1 STO, how does it fit in with the whole regulatory landscape in Hong Kong, right? This is how we fit in. When we say we are the first specialized in STO service, it is true because we are the only ones specialized in the STO service, but we're not the only one who can do STO, right? As you see here, you've already heard a lot of the license, the exchange, right? We have 2 license exchange in Hong Kong, Type 1, Type 7, OSL and Hashkey. They can actually do STO, right? They can do that, but they also do other things as well, as you know, right? Crypto, trading, and things like that. And we have a lot of Type 9 company who upgrade themselves, which can manage 100% crypto portfolio, right? There are 10 of them, and it's growing. But they are also very focused on crypto trading, crypto funds, right? We also have the other Type 1 licensee. If you look at the SFC website, they are grouped under the introducing brokers and omnibus operator. So basically, they're introducing clients to the licensed exchange, right? Or they're distributing their service. And so far, thank you, our esteemed advisor, Clara here, to work with us, help us to get the license. It's also Type 1 business plan, right? In our business plan, we only specialize in doing STO. We're not operating any crypto business, and we are not an exchange, right? We work with licensed exchange. But the interesting thing is because the securities issued from the blockchain, the settlement and clearing is done on the blockchain. So theoretically, every STO issue by DNA is a global product. Meaning, theoretically, we can trade STO in licensed exchange in Singapore, for example, or London, or US. So that's our business, right? Stephen mentioned earlier, we started in Hong Kong and we have planned to expand to other parts of the world. We are very focused to be a broker, to be the licensed broker, to do the distribution, but we want to do it globally. This is some of the challenge of the current conventional financial IPO markets. There are many experts here, so I'm not going to go into details. You all know the current market is not perfect, right? It's only good for certain type of companies and other challenges as well. And there are many benefits of STO. I'm sure you can find all this information online, so I'm not going to go into the details. What I want to bring your attention is, bear with me for a moment. This might be a complicated chart, but to understand the whole STO abstract concept, I guarantee you after this chart you understand fully, right? STO and RWA. So first of all, when we talk about STO and RWA, it's not about A or B. It's A plus B. That's the idea, okay? So for this side, this is already happening before Web3, right? Real world asset is kind of a weird term, right? Real world asset. Okay? We only have this term because we have too many virtual assets, right? So we talk about real world asset. Real world assets have been trading on conventional financial markets for years, decades, right? This is going on already. Many experts here. What happened is, WCS Pro come as a tokenization, and don't forget, de-tokenization is very important, right? Many people just talk about tokenization because you have to exit. You have to de-tokenize and cash out, right? That's the whole purpose of investing, right? Not just keep tokenizing, right? The other way around. So that's what we do. So we create a token, and this token is regulated and will be traded on the licensed digital exchange, right? So these are the OSL and HashKey, and the 5 other licenses in Singapore, 8 in US, 1 in UK, and more coming, right? This is really coming live, a lot of the license exchange, right? And because this is now regulated, right? This is not talk about cryptos and other digital asset. This is security tokens. It's regulated, so there are many digital asset friendly banks, and we have one here, Devin from ZA Bank, who's the Web3 bank in Hong Kong, and thanks to them, we get a license because we actually need to have a bank account to get a license. So the banks now can operate on-ramp, off-ramp, right? No problem. And this is the key. For doing an RWA tokens, we actually bundle the token with the real asset, interlock, right? So there are 3 ways to exit when you invest in STO. First of all, you can trade the STO, right? Of course, it's an exchange. You can trade. And second, sometimes the STO when we issue depends on the offering documents. They're all different kind of structure. Sometimes it's issued with a redemption mechanism, like debts, right? So there's already guaranteed redemption with the issuer. The third way, don't forget, this real world asset actually exists, right? It can still trade on the conventional market, right? If you buy a tokenized building, if the building got sold, everyone holding the STO actually get the monies back. So it goes both ways. That's the real world asset interlocking, and of course now we can fractionalize it, right? So that's what we talk about, STO on RWA. So, yeah, these are different type of assets we can tokenize. So our service, we mainly separate into 3 types, we help the issuer on the issuing side, the distribution, and we also serve the investors as well. And we have a platform. And we are running an open platform, so we are very open to partner up with different companies. So thank you for coming today. So you all come from many different backgrounds. So we're very open to partner with investment banks, private banks, law firms, audit firms, custodian agent, and so on. You will see some of our partners on stage later on. So very welcome if any one of you want to work with us. We are very grateful to work with you. And these are some of our existing pipeline, right? So we are tokenizing an EV charging network, which in Hong Kong, they're building a network of EV chargers. We're tokenizing real estate, government bonds, carbon credits, precious metal, commercial aircraft, and things like that, you might notice it's very much focused on the alternative asset, right? So if we have a very efficient assets, which may not need to tokenize, but for alternative asset, I think the opportunity is there. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll move along to invite our final guest to come on stage, Mr. Sean Brinham, Chairman of Node Nexus Network. He'll be discussing how NNA can be used in decentralized AI cloud. Can we give him a...
我们现在欢迎 ，Should we be Kitty first? Kitty Low 先。对，我们现在欢迎这个是Kitty Low 小姐。哦，现在 OK。
Today, we're giving you an invitation to. We felt that data was the new oil. Data is just dead, lumpy stuff. It means nothing. But when you refine it and put it in context of someone that might want to buy a Ferrari or someone that might want to buy a house or someone that might want to buy Bitcoin, then it has value.
How do you explain to people that Web 2 has failed for them? People are working for Web 2. Web 2 is not working for them.
When you think about it, your identity is at the very core of commercial and capital markets. For decades, your data has powered commerce as data brokers and technology companies have used your purchases and posting activity as alt data to drive public markets. In other words, your data has immutable underlying asset value. The current AI companies have stolen your data and you don't get paid when they use it. We built a decentralized cloud that keeps your data safe and makes sure it can't be hacked. And we reimburse you for it, ensuring that your individual contribution endures and thrives amidst the complex dynamics of the digital economy. In the marketplace of tomorrow, your identity doesn't just participate, it leads.
The average person's a data tycoon. They have no idea. They're generating about a quintillion bytes of data a day.
You don't understand that your data is bought and sold 100 times over, like in a given day. Even your most trusted institutions, like your bank, your credit card, you know how they garner like huge valuations? They're monetizing your data.
People-powered internet. That was the original intent of the internet, and that message got lost over time.
We have built a company with the sole purpose to say that the most valuable raw material on the planet is data. And everybody's refining that data and becoming billionaires except you. The world is powered by information, but information needs raw material. You power the global economy. Shouldn't you get a piece of it?
Get paid for being you.
Get paid for being you. Node Nexus Network doesn't just reveal your worth. It redefines it. It's guarded, genuine, and gains value every day. It's securing tomorrow today, a future-proof, fault-tolerant cloud for humanity. And on top of that, we're providing asset-backed assurance. So you know that within stock, what drives the value of stock up? Perception of scarcity. How do you protect yourself from a hedge? You can't, unless you collateralize, so you always have a floor. So what you're doing is you're driving up value through utilization or hedge. We're doing what should have been done a long time ago, where integrity meets innovation. We're not just building networks here, we're laying the bedrock for digital authenticity. We solve data storage, we solve data security, we solve immutability, but we also create a growing platform for authentic intelligence. What makes it authentic? Because it's your life experience. It's who you are.
Hello. Thank you so much. My name's Sean Brown. We're excited to tell you today about what we're doing. It's interesting that we should come here today. I feel bad up on stage. It's interesting that we come here today to talk about asset value. I've been a big fan, my partners and I have been a big fan of what's happening in Hong Kong. We thought it brought it back to the basics. After all, if we are going to have digital assets, let's make sure those digital assets are actually backed by something. And the thing that we started with is like, okay, I got my business partners here with gold mines and silver mines backing us. But what we all came to the conclusion is the most valuable asset the world has ever seen is you.
I mean, at the end of the day, when I said on that thing, I said, look, we are responsible for the commercial markets. When we buy something from McDonald's or we buy something from Tesla, what happens? It has a direct impact to the capital markets. If you look at capital markets today, they're run by all data you never even see. Everyone is analyzing data on a daily basis, and it's your data being reused and reused and reused over again. So what if we created a fault-tolerant cloud that started with the foundation of you? You're the most important thing. You're a creation from the divine. That's more invaluable than we've seen anything in forever. And what if we come back and say, you know what? You're so valuable that we're willing to go back to utility of worth. Remember that? It doesn't get talked about much. Utility of worth, the foundation of economics. The very foundation that says this has to have utility, and that utility has to be backed by something with worth. It's not mine. Smart people 1,000 years ago came up with that. In fact, it's pretty funny. Some of the first, before you got to Adam Smith capitalism, if people know this history, Persia and China were the most thriving capitalist societies in history. The concept is backing something with something real. And so if we start with something real, and that's you, then we only can get better. Every day, each and every one of us is producing volumes and volumes of data. And today, look at Response AI. Why does it work? Why does Response AI work? Does anybody know? Because they have your data. They have your data. And are you getting paid for being you? So we're glad to announce here that we're going to be conducting a Pan-Asian launch very soon. We're going to be raising money in a node sale, but we're going to do something revolutionary. We're going to work with CoinStreet, and we're going to actually back our security tokens with not only, the security token is going to essentially be an ETF that's going to take all the transactions, same transactions. This is not the decentralized cloud is not cryptocurrency, it's not a Bitcoin, it's not blockchain, it's a container chain that consists of immutable ledgers, immutable data. It's kind of like those technical people in the room, it's kind of like Kubernetes and MongoDB and the blockchain all merged together. It's a self-growing dynamic cloud with the foundation being backed by silver and gold and the human identity. So as we move forward, in closing, it's just a little teaser where we're going. Reach out to us after we're done, and we'll love to talk to you about how each and every one of you in this room have a personal interest in what's coming. As we look at the advent of artificial intelligence, I believe one final thought with you, and that is we're going to evolve away from artificial to authentic. Each and every one of you, as Response AI grows, will be responsible for commenting and providing your own data, and then when you combine it with others, it becomes a collective intelligence. Not a large language model, an ontological language model that's based on you, and you. And when you choose to share it, you get paid. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it.
I have to invite you back to the stage for a picture.
我们再次感谢啊，我们 Thank you very much.
Thank you very much again.